just replicated the data source, and once replication is done, just go to chain mode and activate. Then I'll just create a DSO. Next step, create DSO. Next one, create transformation. Srikanth, is it comfortable to you? Chandan, it's fine, right? I'm not getting any proper response. Fine, no issues. Chandan, is it comfortable? You're just following a 6-step process every time. Sure? Fine. Right. So let's create transformation. We just want to create transformation mapping between data source and DSO. You can just go to your data source now. It should have equal mark. Then only you can use the data source. So now let's go on. See, this is your data source. This is in process. This is in active now. Right click on data source, create transformation. So what is the target of the transformation? DSO. Now you can just browse and choose your DSO. So this is the DSO. Just click on continue. Now we have to map. We are supposed to map document number to document number, day to cal day, employee to employee, product to product, quantity to quantity, revenue to revenue, cost to cost. Let's check it. And normally you are going to have status columns in the data source. So let me make it here. So while creating data source, status columns of source system are going to be there. Status columns are maintained, we can say it as. Because in the table itself, it has to be maintained. Whatever columns are there in table, those columns are there in data source. So normally in the live, when it comes to live, in the tables you are going to have some status columns. So like the document status like this, right? RO status like this. So these status columns are mapped to BA variable columns. RO status, RO cancel. So these are the status columns in source system. So these are mapped to zero record mode. Keep in mind. Here I don't have any status column. Since I have created a table just for our practice, I don't have any status column in that. Even for that status column also the data is populated automatically. So in the live I told you the table is created. One second now. In the live the table is created by the ABAP team, which includes normally the status column, and for the status column, document status, that is either it is a new record, modified record, duplicate record, cancelled record. So everything is maintained in that status column. So normally like this, the columns are going to be like this. These columns are mapped to zero record mode. Keep in mind. Yeah. So these status columns are mapped to zero record mode. Keep in mind. So this is one important activity. Just click on activate. See, that's what it is taking now. Since we don't have any zero record mode mapping, it's not showing here. Just go with continue. So it's done. So now I can see the mapping. See, the mapping is done. Upward mapping mapped with DS. Now let us create info package. I'm supposed to create info package. Right click on data source, create info package, save it, extraction, processing, update, see initialization. I told you there are three kinds of updates: full, initialization and delta. So I told you there are two types of initializations: initialize with data transfer, without data transfer. So I'm just going by initialize with data transfer, where you got full load as well as initialization. Then once we run initialization, we can run deltas. Once the initialization is completed, we can just run deltas. So update, schedule, start. Go with monitor. Execute. It takes a little while. Let it be successful. Meanwhile, we can create DTP. I'm just opening a new session. Meanwhile, we can create DTP. That is last step. Create DTP, which loads data from data source to DSO. Then you can activate DSO. If you can activate DSO, if you want to load data from and the DSO to info queue, you can load it. Right, that is as well. So this is as well already I have discussed. I'll just go and create DTP. So right click on data source, create DTP. You can see here. So target of the DTP, source of the DTP, everything default. Just go with continue. Click on activate. The DTP mode I'm using is delta mode only. Execute that. I want to execute, but before that, whether it is finished or not, we have to verify. It's still running. Let it be completed. And meanwhile, let me tell you there are some important options here related to info packages. I just want to tell you very important points: repeat delta and repair full request. Definite questions we are going to get. Repeat delta and repair full request. Let me tell you what is this repeat delta and repair full request. First step. See, what is that? I told you there are three kinds of updates. Three kinds of updates. One is full update, so where all the data is uploaded. Second one, initialization. And I told you delta update. Right. So we have just done initialization. Next time onwards I'm going to run deltas like delta 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. 5 like this. Now let me tell you, if last delta is failed, if latest delta, you can say it as last delta is failed. What to do? If last delta is failed. So what is your last delta in this case? D5, delta 5. If last delta is failed, request a repeat delta. Request a repeat delta. So what happens here? If I request a repeat delta, the delta records, or you can say it as logical unit of works. You can say it as logical unit of works of last delta. Once again, they are requested from delta Q. Once again, they are requested from delta Q, that is RSS7. Whatever may be the extractor, either it is LO or COPA or generic, whatever may be the extractor, if you are doing delta update, the delta record must pass through your delta Q. Every delta record must pass through your delta Q. So what is it I'm talking about? We have done installation and we are going for deltas. The last delta is failed. So in that case we can do a repeat delta. Only for last delta we can do repeat delta. If old delta is missing, we cannot do repeat delta. See why it is, I'll tell you. So request a repeat delta. What happens? The logical unit of works related to last delta, that is delta records related to last delta, once again they are requested from delta Q. This delta Q is there in R3 system, since we are loading data from R3 system. So they are requested from delta Q once again. So in delta Q, what happens? In delta Q, system maintains the delta records, two delta records, that is the delta records related to last delta, which is already requested, in this case D5, and current delta means which is yet to be requested to, that is yet to be requested to BW system. Keep in mind, the next delta you can say it is yet to be requested to BW system. So in delta Q, system is going to maintain the delta records related to last delta as well as current delta. Last delta is already requested, current delta is not yet requested. That's what. So if last delta is failed, request a repeat delta. What happens? That was. So this is repeat delta is possible for only last delta. If old deltas are missing, second case I'm talking about, if old deltas are missing. If old deltas are missing, what to do? Request a repair full request. Request a repair full request for missing selections. Only for missing selections. Assume that missing delta 2 is failed. This is very old delta. Delta 2 is failed. In that delta I'm missing data related to, let's say, fiscal year period related to February. Now what to do? For this missing selection only, for this missing selection, don't do the complete full load. Complete full load will get all the data. I don't want to get all the data. I just want to get this only February data, fiscal year period, February data. That's what. See, I'm talking about repeat delta. If last delta is failed, request a repeat delta. And where the delta records are requested from delta Q. And what is repair full request? If very old deltas are missing, we have to go by repair full request, that is for missing selections. That's what I mean to say. Let me go on here. So it is running. 1 second. SM58 and checking TRF report. SM58 TRF reports. There. Still the load is running. think people have changed the passwords. 1 second. That's where probably I'm going to delete it. You have to request once again. You have to start the load, then you have to request. Now to delete the failed installation. No? Once installation is failed, you have to delete that. So normally in the live while deleting installations, be careful. Unless and until it is failed, don't go for this. Just trying to replicate once again. Feels like that's okay. Just refresh it once. Info package. Update. Initialize with the data transfer. Schedule. Start. It says data was requested. Monitor. Running now. Successful icons. Just successfully loaded to PSA. If you want to check in PSA, you can see that. Some pre-records should be there. Once installation is done, the data source is going to be there in RSS7. If you want to check it in R3 system. This is RSS7. So once the data source is successfully initialized, you can see here. And even you can see the last delta timestamp here. Last delta timestamp here, we can just verify. And this is the data source which is initialized already. Right. Now, so the records are there, document number, child day, employee, product, you can see all of them. go back. Now I need to schedule the DTP. Just click on DTP. This is the icon. Lock it up. We're on the screen here. Right. Go to DTP. So directly from here you can just get to DTP. DTP is already created. Click on execute. Just click on execute. Go with yes. So now successful. Go to, if you want to check the data in target, go to target. See, before activation it told it is not available for reporting. You reactivate. If you want to check the contents, new data table. Go with execute. You can see that the data is available. And you can just go on with activations. Select the request, activate, then DSO to info, keep data loading. Everything is as usual. Try that. Now I just want to post a new record to the table, which I want to request it as a delta. See, what is our source? What is that? We have done only installation. Now I just want to run delta. What is delta? Change in the source. What is our source? Generic table. So I go on with after system. I am trying to post an entry to the table, a new entry. So display, utilities, table contents, create entries, making it as document number 7, calendar, just making it as 6th, employee 100. If it falls into safety interval category, the record cannot be collected. Only it can be collected as part of your next delta. I told you some safety intervals. In the last session I told you all the safety intervals. So yeah. Save it. So I've just created a new document which I want to request to first data source as delta. Let me request to data source. Go to info package. See, database system info package. We have to schedule info package. Update that. So now see, once installation is done, we are getting deltas. Delta update, we have to go on schedule. Click on start. Messages continue. Now it has to collect that delta record. If it is missing, what to do, I'll tell you. I just want to show you how to do a repair full request. So go with monitor, execute. It's running currently. It has to collect that one record. If it is not collecting, I'll tell you what to do with that. It is successful, but no record is transferred. You can see 0 from 0. Means I am missing that record. Now, I just want to show you how to do a repair full request. Willfully, I just want to show you. Right? I just want to show you how to do a repair full request. Repeat delta is going to get automatically. So when the last delta is failed, you are going to get an option called last delta is failed. Do you want to request a repeat delta? Yes. Just go on with yes. Now in this case, I just want to show you how to do a repair full request. Update. Just go by full update. Menu bar scheduler. So you can see here there is some option called repair full request. There is some option called repair full request. So just want to go by indicate request as repair request. Indicate request as repair full request. Click on continue. Schedule. Start. We have to get that record now. One second. I forgot to make the selections. It's going to get all the data now. I forgot to mention, see, once we have to select update, then repair full request, indicate request as repair full request. Here you have to give the selection. I told you for the missing selections. For the missing selection. What is our missing selection in this case? Document number 7. I would have given that. I have given that. One second anyhow. Monitor. It's going to be successful. But it's going to upload all the 4 records. But what is your requirement? I just want to go by only missing selection. So for missing selections, if you want to do, I'll just show you. I just want to remove this request. Manage the latest request. I just want to go by. I just want to delete this request. Right now it is deleted. So I just want to go for the selection. I've just given the selection and now schedule. Start. We should get only one record now. Whatever is our missing selection. Right. So full update. Then repair full request, then give the selection, then give the required selections. Right, then schedule and start. Already we have scheduled. Move at monitor. Execute. It's running now. See, one record it is getting. See. And let it be successful. See, the record is fallen into safety interval category. Yeah? That's why we are missing that. Willfully I have taken just to show you repair full request sequence. That's what, the record is fallen into safety interval category. I told you, na, it's going to be collected in next deltas. One second, let me check it in. TRS report. Should be successful. Huh? Takes a while, let it be. Like this we need to handle. Like this we have to go by. Repeat delta, repair full request and all. Okay. So this is about your generic extraction using table. and using view I'll start off tomorrow. I'm going to start it tomorrow using views.